Very, very good team. Obviously, you don't beat Vanderbilt, who's number 7 in the country, at Vanderbilt, without being very good. They returned 4 starters from last year's team. They had a kid sit out, DeAndre Brown, who I think is their best defensive player. This year, he's averaging 18 points a game through 3 games, so he obviously can score a little bit too. He's very good. So they're an excellent team. It's going to be a great challenge for us. Yeah, you know what? I mean, we were up 16 at one point in the second half, and then we sort of blew up, and I'm sure it's on the back of our guys' minds that we blew that lead against them, and they obviously had a lot to do with that. We picked up 2 technical fouls in the second half of the game, which hurt us, and obviously with the emotion of the rivalry. We'll have to make sure we keep our composure tomorrow as part of our game plan. We had a hard time rebounding the ball. We had a hard time stopping them from scoring. They played zone in the second half, which is something that I don't think they do very often. And we had a tough time scoring against the zone. And we certainly had a number of turnovers in the second half of that game. I think it was just one of those things where, and it happens. I mean, it happens to good teams all over the place. We just collapsed on the road. That's basically what happened, and they had a lot to do with that. That doesn't happen just because of you. Their team is very, very well coached, and is very, very good. Last year they had a first-round draft pick on their team, so they're good. They're good, so it's going to be a challenge, and hopefully our kids will be up for it. Yeah, they pressed and went back to zone. I think it was 1-2-2 3/4 court press last year, back to zone. We had some turnovers. We took some bad shots. As much as anything, we couldn't get stops on the defensive end, and I don't have I wish I had the box score in front of me, but I don't have it, so I don't know exactly what their field goal percentage was in the second half, but I know that we had a tough time in the guts of the game rebounding. They got a lot of big plays. Kesmarek, and I may be pronouncing his name wrong, but you know who I'm talking about. He made some huge, huge plays in the second half of that game, hit some big shots, made some big hustle plays, and really affected us. There's some in all sports, I'm sure, and in different areas of the country. I mean, I just think because we play Utah State this year, Utah State, BYU, they're in different leagues, but that's obviously always a big game for both teams for whatever reason, and I'm sure there's lots of those around, but this is a big rivalry for both teams. Our kids play in the same summer league, during the summer sometimes. They know each other. I think there's a mutual, I'll say this, from our end, there's a lot of respect to them. I'm assuming that it's mutual. I would think that they have a lot of respect for us as players and as coaches. Their staff, some of those guys coached here at one point. So it's a rivalry game. We're 35 minutes away from each other, and we're both have had very successful programs. So it's a game that our kids certainly want to win. And it's funny, last night I was thinking about it. It's certainly, I had somebody else call me, and and I just use this as an example. Northern Illinois, when we play them, that's more important because that affects our league standings. But our kids aren't going to be as up for Northern Illinois as they would be for Cleveland State. That's just natural because of the rivalry. So, is it more important? It's one game. Every game's one game. But for your league, the Northern Illinois game at home in February is going to be more important for our league. But this, for whatever reason, feels bigger because it's Cleveland State and they're 35 minutes away.